Here are some more of my favorite ways to rage bait men, because it's so easy. I will never in my entire life understand why men, it doesn't click for them that I'm trolling you, I'm messing with you, I'm not talking to you for interesting conversation, you're my entertainment right now. Genuinely something doesn't click for them, but it's okay. Anyway, if you want to become a professional rage baiter, watch this video. Tell them that your favorite t-shirt brand is Nirvana. It usually works better for like older men who are like into that kind of band stuff, but it could really work for any guy. I can literally hear it right now. That's not a clothing brand, that's a band. What do you not know? Nirvana. Shut up. Stop. No. That's what I would only do if you like know for a fact that they're not a good person, because it's actually kind of crazy. But if they ever try and start a conversation with you or come up to you, just be like, oh, I'm sorry, I only date for money. That's like insane. I love it.
That's why I praise the Lord for prostitutes.
So your attempts at rage baiting just revolve around making yourself look as stupid as humanly possible, huh? Well, I mean, I guess that makes some sense. You're so stupid that you don't even know what rage baiting even is. When you tell men that Nirvana is your favorite clothing brand, you're not angering us. I mean, I guess you might anger a dude if you're talking to the one man who's such a diehard Nirvana fan that he makes a pilgrimage to Kurt Cobain's grave every year for his annual vacation. And he's also the type of man who will have an unopened autographed original pressing of the Bleach album. So in other words, he's infinitely more interesting than you. And even then, he's probably just gonna think that you're retarded, and he'll start to hum Mexican seafood as he walks away from you. And if you tell men that you only date for money, I mean, that's not gonna piss us off one bit. We already know this because modern women have made their never-ending quest to try to find a rich guy into a competitive sport. But that's only when you're not telling that to our faces. It's not going to enrage us. It's just proving that you're an idiot and deserve to be treated as such.
Okay, next one is like the most easy rage bait you could do to them. Literally has never failed me. But if they ever pull out like text messages or like picture proof of anything, they're like, see that? All you have to do is say AI. It's AI. That's artificial intelligence. That's AI. That is AI. And they're like, what are you talking? That's not like, that's not AI. AI. That's AI. Okay. If your goal is for them to like hate you, then do that. And the last thing that you could say that will undoubtedly crush a 5'9" frat boy's ego is, I feel like you'd be a Disney adult. I'm getting Disney adult vibes from you right now. Say that to a guy and his mood's probably just gonna be ruined for the rest of the night. So. Remember to go out in the world and rage bait all the men you possibly can, because it's so easy. If you don't want to be rage baited so much, stop falling for it.
What?
Hey woman, if you say that this dude's photos are AI, you're calling him a liar, and calling men liars isn't rage baiting, it's just being mean. But considering that the only way that you can bring joy into your own life is to try to be mean to as many people as you can, it's really no surprise. And we can all tell that you put way too much time into this stuff and you've never put it into practice once. Because I can assure you, sweetheart, if you tried this crap on a self-respecting man, he's going to respond in a way that's going to enrage you far more effectively and efficiently than you ever thought possible. It's something that's going to piss you off more than any of your convoluted crap. Something that will deny you of your smug sense of satisfaction. It's a brilliant mix of timing and pure attitude that's going to knock you off your feet and enrage you for months as you sit in your empty apartment and stew in your bitterness over the fact that a man got under your skin so badly. Are you ready? Well, set your rage to overdrive, sweetheart, and savor this wicked sick burn. And that's how you rage bait, sweetheart.
Amen.
Treating a man good does not keep a man. Being honest doesn't keep a man. Being pretty doesn't keep a man. Being smart doesn't keep a man. Being the most loving and caring person also in the world does not keep a man. I needed to take my hair down. I was like, woo. Being loyal to that man is not going to keep him either. The only thing that can simply keep him is if he wants to be there or not. You can be all of those things that I listed. The hottest, prettiest, smartest girl. Also, notice how a lot of really successful women have also gotten cheated on. Stop blaming yourself for the fact that that man couldn't be loyal to you. Stop blaming yourself that relationship would have worked out if you were or would have done A, B, C, or D. Because the truth is, it wouldn't have worked out anyways. And the reason why it wouldn't have worked out anyways is because that man's intentions were never to do the same thing that you are doing for him for you back. It's harsh, but some people really need to hear that. And why would you want someone who wouldn't even do for you what you would do for them? At that point, things are getting embarrassing, and I have to leave ASAP.
There's the door. Why don't you check it out?
Well, have you ever taken a chance to consider the types of men that you're dating? Well, of course you haven't. You see, you feel like you're entitled to the best men on the market. The problem is that there's precious few of those men and far too many of you, sister. Sure, you can try to win them over with your pathetic attempts at being a good girlfriend, but those dudes aren't going to care. They really don't have to. They're not going to give up their lifestyles, their peace, or their ever-expanding harem to be with a woman who's so full of herself that she thinks she's the complete package, but still can't seem to land a decent guy. I mean, it's almost impressive. You were able to take every single advantage that you had and threw them all away because you constantly kept going after men who've made it clear that they're not going to take you seriously. You just ignored all of the red flags because you thought that the umpteenth time on Chad's carousel will finally be different for you. And now you're in a position where Chad doesn't want you for more than a few days, and the proud members of the illustrious Bottom 95% Club refuse to reduce themselves to even say hello to you. You've pretty much made yourself undesirable to the entire male population of the planet. And that's not so much impressive as it is just mind-boggling.
How do you f that up? How do you f that up?
If we're just watching a movie, I'm putting my hand in his pants and I'm taking it out and I'm doing what I want with it. I don't care what you have to say. Like, I don't care. Like, girls, you have to understand that guys are always down for it. Like, they always want, I've never been turned down and I never will. Like, he's gonna say yes every single time. It's gonna work and I'm gonna get what I want, and I do. Stop being scared. Easy peasy. Like, it's really not that hard. I mean, like, it should be hard, but it's not. It's not a difficult task.
And that's sexual harassment.
You know, far be it from me to judge the bedroom proclivities between two consenting adults, but I can't help but think that videos like this just prove consent is a one-way street when it comes to modern women. I mean, just listen to the language being used here. Guys are always down for it, and it doesn't matter what the dude says because she's getting what she wants. And if a woman wants it, it means the man must automatically want it too. But when a dude wants a little bit of action and the woman's not in the mood, he's got to take himself a cold shower and just accept it, which is fine. But if a dude doesn't want to be molested in the middle of a movie, then it's his fault for not wanting it when she does. Now, I couldn't care less if this is your thing. More power to you. And if you're both down, go nuts. I couldn't care less. But woman, men aren't sex-crazed maniacs who are always up for it. Sometimes a dude just wants to be able to watch Honk If You're Horny in peace.
All that I am saying is that I long for the days of the Virgin and the elegance of railway travel.
Mandatory vasectomies for baby boys. Yeah, I said it. And if that made you flinch, good. You won't want to miss part 2 either. Trust me. You want to solve half of society's problems? Start there. Because here's the truth. Men don't want to wear condoms. They don't want accountability. They want raw. And when the baby comes, they say, oh, it's not my problem, so fine. Mandatory vasectomies. Problem solved. Abortions, they would drop overnight. Date rape pregnancies, gone. Single motherhood, cut in half. Generational trauma, reduced. And crime would plummet. Because fatherless homes are the #1 pipeline to gangs, violence, and prison. Fix the fathers, fix the future. This one move would take women out of survival mode, kids out of poverty, and society out of chaos. And the only ones mad would be the ones that never wanted accountability in the first place. So yeah, call it savage. But if we snip the problem at the root, we'd finally see what society looks like when women aren't carrying it all. Don't scroll, catch part 2 because the return on investment would be mind-blowing.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Alright, let me see if I can get this straight here. You want to subject the entire male population of Earth to mandatory sterilization because you don't want to take accountability for the fact that you let a dude raw dog you? I mean, woman, you do realize that you're the one who chooses which men get to play with your demonic grease chamber of unholy suffering, right? And if that man refuses to use a rubber and you don't withdraw your consent, then you have to take some of the blame on this one. It's your body and it's your choice, and you chose to let this guy pump a little genetic goat into your baby maker. And I don't see how subjecting men to legally mandated sterilization is going to fix anything. I mean, I'll give you some credit. Forced sterilization of men will solve the fatherless children problem, but that's only because there would be no more children. And if there's no more children, then the entire planet's population would crumble because nobody would be growing up to enter into society. I really don't think you thought this one through, sister, but hey, let's take a look at part 2. I'm sure her reasons for the slow and agonizing extinction of the human race is purely sound.
Let's talk return on investment, because mandatory vasectomies, the return on investment would be insane. If you saw part 1, you already know that society would transform. But if you didn't, pause right here and go watch that one first, because this is where it gets good. Fewer abortions, which mean lower healthcare costs. Fewer kids born into broken homes, which means less crime, less violence, and fewer prisons. That's billions saved every year. Billions. The foster care system would be less overloaded. Court systems cleared. Healthcare spending down. And even the economy grows because women are no longer shackled to survival. They're free to build careers, businesses, and futures. And children, they get a life of stability. They get safety. They get a chance at life without chaos. And that, my friend, is the real return on investment. Not just dollars, healthier families, safer streets, and stronger communities. And all because men finally had to prove that they were worthy of reproducing. So yeah, cry about it, kings, but the numbers don't lie. Vasectomy is the investment with the highest return on society we will ever see.
You don't know what words mean, do you?
The numbers don't lie. Woman, what numbers? You have literally said zero numbers or any form of evidence to back up your claims. You just pulled some random assumptions out of your ass and you're saying that it'll work. That's like me saying that we can solve the oil crisis by making it a law that everybody must take a crap into their gas tanks before their morning commute to the salt factory. And I'm not about to explain how that's supposed to work, but trust me, bro, it totally will. And nothing you even said is remotely true anyway. If you sterilize men, that's not going to change the prison system. It's not going to lower healthcare costs, and the foster care system will end up getting completely gutted because there's no children since men had their reproductive rights stripped away from them. That means schools would shut down, businesses would close up, and the economy would crumble because we would have an entire army of geriatric workers who physically can't work anymore and there's nobody to replace them. And I don't need numbers to prove that because you can't have a society without young people. But get this, gentlemen and gents, she made a third video trying to defend this idiocy. So get the aspirin and pray for the asteroid because it gets so much worse.
Okay, God, let me have it!
We've done part 1 and part 2. Now let's talk about why we're in the mess we're in. It's patriarchy. Men have been running the world for thousands of years. And look around. Does it look like this is working? They built systems that benefit them. Marriage laws, child support laws, custody laws that all support them and are stacked against women. They built religions that told women that it was holy to serve men. They built governments where women couldn't even vote until yesterday in history's timeline. And now we are living in the wreckage. Single moms drowning, kids growing up without stability. Women carry the weight of families, economy, and communities, while men still like to call themselves leaders. But let's be real, patriarchy was never about leadership. It was about control, and society has proved that that doesn't work. Mandatory vasectomies, this isn't just about reproduction. It's about flipping the script. It's about holding men accountable in a world where they have never been. So no, the way things are is not natural. It's not God's plan, it's patriarchy's plan. And that plan has failed. Don't miss this because part 3 is the real truth. Men running the world is what got us here. Women in leadership is gonna be what saves us.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby! Don't you put that on us!
And what mess exactly are we talking about here? Is it the mess that your indoor plumbing functions properly? Or is it the fact that your apartment building hasn't collapsed in on itself yet? Or what about the fact that your right to say that we all deserve to be sterilized is defended by millions of men who serve in the armed forces? Or what about the dudes who ensure that you have food, fuel, and electricity, not to mention the faceless strangers that you blame for every single thing that's ever gone wrong with your life thanks to your dumbass decisions? You use patriarchy as this catch-all term that you can't even define properly, and that's because there's no such thing. You're the ones who benefit from divorce. You have preferential treatment in the workplace, and women ran some of the most successful corporations into the ground. Just take a look at Bud Light, for crying out loud. They destroyed entertainment for everybody, not to mention we have countless examples of queens sending men off to war to die by the millions. Now, is men leading a perfect system? Well, of course it isn't, but it's worked pretty damn well so far. So my suggestion to you is to just shut your mouth because you're not solving anything. You're just proving what we already know, and that's you're a freaking lunatic.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar. Failure is your destiny. You disrespect yourself and your nation. You are made of stupid.
I unfortunately have some guy friends.
I feel like having guy friends is so embarrassing.
Whoa, that is some deep dish racism, motherfucker.
But because of them, I know how idiotic guys think. And I feel like if a guy doesn't try to initiate talking with you about like your guys' future together within like a month, girls, it's gotta be game over. I truly think that a guy knows within like the first couple times you hang out exactly what his intentions are with you and exactly what he wants from you, whether that's someone to talk to or someone that he wants to pursue a relationship with.
Don't tell me my business, devil woman!
Woman, how in the hell is a guy supposed to know if he wants to be with you within a month when the vast majority of modern women have been straight up lying to dudes for years on end just so they can get a legally binding loyalty contract? I mean, we see it all the freaking time. Modern women will never be honest with men because if they were, that guy would kick your ass out onto the curb before you had a chance to say that your past doesn't matter. But it's not even getting to that point with you because not only do you hate men and think that we're nothing but a bunch of stupid idiots, but you're also going after the types of men who are significantly smarter than you. They don't have to have any intentions with you because the second you give them any lip, it's game over. You do not have any power over these dudes, sister. And the fact is that if you're spending over a month with a guy like that, then you should consider yourself lucky because it means that he's been finding you passable. So it's best not to rock that particular boat, woman. If you don't, you'll get at least another 2 weeks before he gets sick of you.
And the thing is, it's very easy to romanticize, especially in this dating culture right now, little things that guys do. And I think the craziest of them all, especially with social media and stuff, guys know what kind of person what kind of archetype a girl is looking for. I do think it's evil when they try to mess with the good girls because there's people that want to have fun and then there's people that don't want to have fun. I feel like if someone is so honest and upfront with you about their intentions, I feel like that should be just taken at face value. And with men, it's like you can tell from their actions. So if you're going back and forth, a guy that really wants to be serious with you will never be weird with his intentions. You'll never feel confused. You'll never feel uneasy. Throw them away and wait for the guy that makes you feel really calm and centered and like yourself.
Not scientifically possible!
Yeah, correction there, sweetheart. You're not looking for a guy who makes you feel centered and makes you feel like you can be yourself. You're looking for an impossibly hot guy that makes you feel like your life is the ending to a romantic comedy. Those dudes, yeah, even if they did exist, they're not gonna make that delusion a reality. I mean, why in the hell should they? You've already given them everything they want out of you, and all it cost him was a couple $100 worth of dinner and drinks, if that. And even in the off chance that you did meet a guy who actually did want to marry you, how can he make you feel like you can be yourself when you don't have any sense of identity? Your life consists of a diet of wine, caffeine, and endless amounts of social media drama. Take all those things away and all we're left with is an empty slate to go alongside that empty head that you got between your ears there. So sorry, sister. Men will meet you and know instantly that you're not to be taken seriously. The only decision he has to make is if you're worth the effort to get you into less than pants. And trust me, woman, you got maybe 5 or 6 years before they don't even want that much out of you at best. Let's get together and give a shout out of appreciation to the fine members of the Bounty Board over on Patreon. These folks are like good cigars, or a fine brandy, or that really good bathrobe that's just been broken down perfectly. They never go out of style. All hail! And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the Bounty Board over on Patreon, where $5 a month gets you access to exclusive content you're not going to find on YouTube. And that's going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and be sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you once again for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.